Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into Netflix's latest romantic drama, My Oxford Year, starring Sofia Carson and Corey Milcreast. Now, this film had all the ingredients of a heart-tugging, charming wee pie. An American student living her dream at Oxford, a brooding British love interest, and a deep story about life, love, and finding yourself. But despite its good looks and promising setup, My Oxford Year fumbles hard. Let's talk about why. So, the movie kicks off with Sofia Carson's character, Ana de la Vega, finally stepping into the dream she's had since she was 10 years old, studying at the prestigious Oxford University. And right off the bat, we get hit with a classic rom-com setup. She's splashed by a vintage car driving through a puddle. Who's behind the wheel? None other than her soon-to-be love interest, Jamie Davenport. Charming, right? Sure. But also painfully predictable. And that's kind of the theme here. A lot of familiar tropes, a lot of pretty people with British accents, but not much depth. Anna is supposed to be this ambitious, type A, first-generation American with her future mapped out. An Ivy League grad with a deferred offer from Goldman Sachs, studying Victorian poetry before heading back to her finance job. But once she meets Jamie, all of that ambition just kind of fades into the background. You'd expect the film to really dig into that internal struggle, balancing passion versus practicality, love versus legacy, especially as a daughter of immigrants. But instead, it mostly handwaves all of that. We don't get a real sense of what Anna's giving up or what she's truly fighting for. Her story quickly takes a backseat to Jamie's family drama, which dominates the second half of the movie. The emotional weight of the film ends up resting on Jamie, his disapproving father, his grieving mother, and Anna ends up more like a supporting character in her own story. And that's a real letdown. But to be fair, it's not all bad. Technically, the movie is quite polished. The editing, especially during the montage scenes, gives the film a bit of energy and warmth. Isabella Summers' score adds some emotional resonance, and there's a nice contrast between fantasy and reality in how some sequences are shot. The cinematography has moments of softness and beauty, especially during the romantic scenes, even if the digital look sometimes lacks depth. And you know what? Sofia Carson and Corey Milcreast have genuine chemistry. Their performances are heartfelt, and you do find yourself rooting for them at times. Carson, in particular, brings a blend of sarcasm and vulnerability that makes her scenes more engaging, even when the writing lets her down. The breakout star, though? Harry Trevaldwin as Anna's neighbor Charlie. He's the comic relief we didn't know we needed, channeling some serious Rhys Ifans energy from Notting Hill. He steals every scene he's in. But overall, My Oxford Year wants to be a movie that makes you feel deeply, like The Fault in Our Stars or Wish You Were Here, but it just doesn't hit those notes. It ends up being a film about a woman's journey that somehow becomes all about the man she falls for. It's a missed opportunity, and one that leaves you more frustrated than fulfilled. What did you think of My Oxford Year? Were you swept up in the romance, or did it leave you cold? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more reviews like this.